welcome to this very spontaneous little knit and chat with me. It's been so long since I've sat down and like done one of these chatty videos, even like a vlog style video or anything. And the reason to that has actually been that I've been like sick for such a long time, and I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm still like really not well yet. I'm actually going to the doctor's this afternoon to see what the heck's going on. But yeah, I've been feeling like really under the weather with like some kind of cold. I don't know, an everlasting cold. But yeah, I haven't really been like in the mood to like film anything, and I've been focusing a lot of like my time and energy on knitting and making new patterns and finishing up the book and everything. So like the whole YouTube video thing has been a bit more slow for the last couple of weeks. But I really wanted to sit down and like update you on a few things that I've been making and like show you what I'm working on. So that's the reason why we're here, and I hope you want to stick around and like listen to all the knitting things I want to talk about, because I have a lot. But yeah, first off, let's talk about what I'm wearing. So this is the thin sweater. So this is a pattern that I released, I think last year, about a year ago, and it's just a basic thin sweater. It has quite long sleeves, and it has like this kind of cross detail at the neckline, and it just has these like rolled hem edges. So yeah, really basic, like nice, more tight fitting sweater that I just love to wear like on an everyday basis. It's a bit like the weather has been really hot, but it's a bit more cool today, so I think it's perfect for that. And this one is made in Knitting for Olive Merino in the color Slate Grey. And I'll leave all the knitting patterns that I talk about and all the things I talk about in the description box below, so you can check that out. And as for what I'm working on, I need to like give you a bit of a backstory on this one. So for one of the patterns in my upcoming book, I knitted a shirt in Filcolana Merci, which is a yarn that's like a 50-50 cotton wool yarn or wool blend. And I'd never worked with that yarn previously, and I just found that the yarn was like so soft and like a really nice everyday yarn. Like I just really enjoy 50-50 wool cotton blends, because I feel as if the cotton makes the yarn really soft and gives it that like more heavy drape effect. Like a wool can be quite light and like, I don't know how to describe it more than doing this. It can be like more light, and then as you add cotton, it will like add like weight to it and like weigh down the fabric more. And I just think that's a really nice look for some garments. But yeah, so that was the first time I tried out Filcolana Merci, the yarn. And then I've been working on a few like more like minimal designs, and like I've just really like been enjoying those kind of like tight gauge, thin yarn, small needles, like a smaller gauge knitting project. And then something that I had been really into wearing lately is like more like a baby tee, like a t-shirt that's quite tight fitting and that has like a shorter sleeve. I really like the sleeve on shell tee, which is kind of shorter and not like too long of a t-shirt where you like knit the sleeve below the armhole, but rather where the sleeve ends before the armhole begins, if that makes sense. So yeah, I talked to Filcolana and they wanted to send me some of their yarns to try to make a t-shirt of it. And I decided to get a grey one and like a light peachy one. I really like this kind of mid-grey on me. I don't like love to wear light grey stuff, but I find that this kind of darker grays and mid-tone grays work really well with like my complexion and my hair and whatnot. And then this peachy color just spoke to me in a way, and I just thought it was like kind of a unique color. And then I got the yarn, and I was so eager to make this design. So I sat down and I made the first little sample. Like, I think I worked like the most of a yoke, like the neckline and everything, and I shaped it with German short rows and whatnot, like this kind of construction. And then I was like, this is really not the kind of construction that I want for this garment, because I want like the neckline to be a bit deeper, and I don't really want like a saddle shoulder on the t-shirt. I want it to be more of like a straight line at the back of the like shoulder slash neck. So I like ripped back all of that work I had done, and then I took the gray yarn and I made another sample. And I mean, this is like a full-on yoke with a neckline and everything. So I made this sample where it has like 3 stitches maybe. So you work it from the back of the neck here, and then you work it back and forth, and then you pick up stitches like along the front here to work the shoulder a bit, and then you pick up stitches along this shoulder to work this front shoulder a bit, and then you pick up stitches along here, and then you work the back, and then you pick up stitches along this front, and then you continue, and then you like work it back and forth. And this gives you more of a freedom to like shape the neckline in the way that you want it to be. And then I tried to do this kind of neckline where I picked up stitches from the wrong side, and then I knitted it down towards, like folded it towards the front and then knitted it down, and then like bound it off at the same time as I knitted it down to create this like edge detail, which I do think is kind of nice, but it's kind of like quite heavy, which really wasn't like the exact look I was going for. I do think this is a nice look, but I wanted it to be like more delicate to suit like the more delicate style of of the t-shirt. And also I did find that these 3 stitches here were also too like clumsy and not that delicate as I wanted it to be. So I was like, scrap this, we're moving on. And I made another sample in the same color. And for this one I only used 1 stitch along the shoulder, which I very much preferred because I just think it has more of that like delicate look to it. And overall I thought this sample was quite good, but I wanted it to be even more like snug fitting and tight fitting, because I found that as you can see, you have like the seam for like the sleeve right here. I want that sleeve seam to, for this sweater, it comes out like a little bit onto the like arm, like onto the my actual arm, and I wanted this to sit like even further in, for as if you would have like a t-shirt that's really like up close in your armhole, you know, that's tight fitting like a baby tee. So then I said scrap this one, and I was so bored of that yarn, the gray color at that time. So then I was like, okay, I'm going back to the peach, even though like I love my neutrals and I really like that gray color. But yeah, then I ended up working on a peach version. And for this one I'm now working the body. So I've bound off the sleeves and I've started to work the body in the round. So I've actually come like decently far on this one, and I think I started working on it like maybe 3 days ago, 4 days ago, something like that. And this has that one stitch shoulder seam thing. And then for the neckline, I really like that it had like a knit stitch detail on the neckline, but I didn't want it to be like that as if it was sitting on top of the sweater. I want it to be like more integrated in the actual t-shirt slash sweater. So what I've actually done is I worked a lateral braid, it's called. I've done this on a very old pattern of mine called Another Neck Warmer. And what that stitch does is that it creates, it kind of looks like a bound off stitch, as if you have like bound off a row, and then you continue to work. So the knit stitch will lay like this way instead of this way. I don't know if that makes sense. So this is what it looks like. So as you can see, you have the little V's that shape that detail, and then it's worked from there, and then it's bound off on the inside and knitted down while it is bound off. So there you can see like this just really sits like on top of the fabric for the t-shirt. And this was the look of the first neckline that I made for the grey version. And this is just what this looks like. So yeah, I think it looks really nice, and it like kind of mimics this seam here, and those will like be the same thing. And the fit of this is just like so much better. It kind of looks tiny right now, but as I will block it, and like when it sits on my body, it will actually be like quite tight fitting. And that is like the look I'm going for with this design. And I'm already like planning on making like a boxy version of this. So this will be called like the baby tee, and then I want to make the boxy tee, which is more of like an oversized straight fit. Not like oversized, but you know, like a more boxy straight fit with like a slightly longer sleeve that has more of a like boxy fit. Another thing that I've like slightly been working on was a yarn that I got like at the same time that I got the Filcolana Merci yarn, and this is Rauma Petunia. So this is a 100% cotton yarn, and it's Pima cotton, so it's like a really soft, nice cotton. And this is like a bluish gray color, so it's a lot more blue toned than this slate gray color. And I like started working on a few different projects. Like I wanted to do like a more tight fitting A-line dress, but then I was like, I was working so much stockinette stitch, and I was kind of like getting bored of it, and I wanted to try to make something like mesh like. I haven't done that yet, and so I tried a few different stitch patterns, and I really like this one, which is, I mean, it's really fun to work. You like kind of like work it like the same stitch multiple times. It's kind of hard to like explain, but yeah, this was like on a 4mm needle, and this was on a bigger needle, and I thought this looked really nice for like a summer garment. So I started working on like a top, and this is like how far I got. I wanted to do like a vest, but yeah, then I got kind of like stuck, and yeah, I still haven't decided on whether this is something that I will actually finish, or if this will be like end up in a pile with things that I don't know what to do with it. But yeah, let me know. Would you think looks really weird. Would you like to like try out this knitting pattern or this like stitch pattern? Cause if you think it looks fun, I can continue to work on it. So those are the things that I've been like working on recently. And then I have quite a lot of finished objects and also a few patterns that I've released since I last like sat down and chatted with you. So I don't even remember if I like even talked to you about this before, but in April I released a knitting pattern for a bag, and this is what it looks like. So this is called Carry Me Bag, as a reference to Sex and the City, like carry, I-E at the end. And it's a really fun little bag, and you work it like from the upper edge of this side, and then you work it in a rib stitch, and then it flows into a brioche stitch, and then it continues into a double knitted bottom, and then it continues to flow into the brioche stitch again, and then into the rib stitch. And then at the end you pick up and knit stitches along the sides, and then you work the sides and the strap, and then you finish it off with this I-cord edges that flows out into these kind of bows. But yeah, this is like a really fun, cute bag that I've actually been wearing lots. I'm usually not like a pink person, but this kind of pink with like neutrals I just love so much. And I think my more like toned down natural style, I don't know what to call it, pairs well with this kind of like more modern girly bag. So yeah, Carry Me Bag is a knitting pattern that you can go purchase. And then I also made an update for Sunnyside cap. So this is an old knitting pattern that I released maybe like 2 years ago. It was just when I started my business, so it was quite a long time ago. But yeah, this one was previously worked in one strand of Sunnyside. And I've loved that cap so much and I've worn it so much, but I just found that with wear, like the fabric just stretched so much and it grew so big on me. So I really wanted to try to make it in like a cotton wool blend. Like I said, I mentioned in the Filcolana Massi, I really like a cotton wool blend. So I wanted to try to make the cap in that to give it some more structure. And for that yarn I chose Sunny's Duo, which is just like Filcolana Massi. It's a blend of 50% cotton and 50% wool, but it's a thicker yarn compared to Filcolana Massi. And then I wanted to have like some more thickness to the yarn, because Sunny's Duo is actually like a thinner yarn than Sunny's Line. So I wanted to add some more like thickness to it. So I added one strand of Isère Trio 2, and that just gave it this like, the Sunny's Duo was a black color and the Trio 2 is a navy blue color. So it has this like slightly marled, very dark blue black color, which I just find to be like very wearable. And so yeah, I knitted through the pattern and just like updated a few things. So if you've purchased the pattern previously on my website, you can just like send me an email and I'll send the updated pattern version out for you. If you've purchased this on Ravelry, you've already gotten the updated version. But yeah, this is what the cap looks like, and I will put it on for you. So it just like sits like a regular cap, and then it is tied at the back. And then it's tied at the back like that. So yeah, it's like a regular cap, but it's knitted, and the screen is slightly shorter than like a regular cap, which I really like. And you insert like a plastic shield into the screen to keep the to like add some structure to the actual screen. So it's not like the Sunnyside cap where you don't insert anything. So in this one you actually like insert this plastic shield. And I just use like a shield from an upcycled old cap that I stole it from. But I have a few different options in the pattern for how you can like make an insert for the screen. But yeah, that is the updated version of Sunnyside cap that I also finished, and this is also available as a knitting pattern. Another project that I finished since we last spoke is the Dream set. So this is both a cardigan and a skirt, and I will talk about the cardigan first, I think. So this design you've actually seen in a few of my previous vlogs and chats. So this was a design I started working on a few months back, and with the intention of like making my ultimate like dream cardigan. So I wanted the design to be quite minimal, but yet have like really nice details and like look really nice. And also have like sort of that 90s minimal vibe to it. So this has been a project where I've been like ripping back and forth a lot. I think I've knitted like the body like 3 times and the sleeve, first sleeve like 3 times. But yeah, all is well in the end, because it just turned out to be a really nice cardigan that is actually like my dream cardigan, my perfect little cardigan. So the thing about the body that I was going back and forth on was if I wanted to make a ribbed edge at the bottom or if I wanted to have like a rolled hem. And I tried out the ribbed hem in a few different ways, and I just wasn't like loving the look of that. But then I also wanted to like have the rolled hem to look like a little bit more elevated. And what I ended up making is like a double rolled hem. I don't know if you'll be able to see it right here. But it has like an edge at first, and then it has like the rolled hem, which creates like this sort of like double rolled hem. So what you actually do is like you bind off the body one time, and then you pick up and knit stitches inside the bind off edge and knit another like rolled hem at the bottom of the body. And it just creates this really nice detail, which I am utterly obsessed with. And then and it has the same matching details along the bottom of the sleeves. And then I wanted to do like a matching detail for the button band. So it actually has like this button band that is kind of like roll over. I don't know if you will be able to see that. And it just looks really nice because it has like tiny buttons, and then the rolled edge kind of like hugs the buttons, and it looks really sweet. And this is a cardigan that is steeked, so it's worked in the round and then you cut it open at the end. So this is actually like cut at the front, so it's not worked back and forth. So the thing about a steeked cardigan is like you have to hide the edges that you cut in some sort of way. So on the side where I have the buttons, it's just hidden underneath this folded hem. And then on the side with the buttonholes, it has first this like floppy thing that lays like on top of the buttons, which looks really nice. And then it has like the actual like button band with the holes. And then you also knit like a section on the inside, like a band that lays over the steek, that like hides the steek stitches and the cut edge. So yeah, I'm so happy with this one. Still one like, yeah, thing to weave in. And then the neckline is just like a basic like fold over neckline. That starts off with a pearl rich. But yeah, I'm obsessed with this one, and it's knitted in Knitting for Olive merino held double with their silk mohair. And I also wanted, like I said, I also did a matching skirt for this one. So this is worked in the same like base color of the dream cardigan. So you can see like how the mohair actually like changes the color quite a bit. But this is called Dream Wrap Skirt. So it's like a basic wrap skirt, I'd say. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, this sweater that I have on has a matching skirt with it. And it's just like a regular straight skirt with a slit at the front. And I love to wear that kind of like mini skirt, and I just wear it so much. So I really wanted to do like another style that was similar to that one. So that became this wrap skirt. So it's kind of like difficult to show because it's actually like really long. And this is also worked in the round, and then you cut it open at the end. So you don't have to work like this long ass piece in the back and forth. So no pearl rows for this one. But yeah, so when you like put it on, you put it on like, I don't have like my bottom here, but you put it on like this, and then there's a hole at this side, and then you insert the long tie right here. Like so. And then you flop this side over to this side. And then you have the tie on this side that just flops over to this side, and then you tie it along that side. Hope that makes sense. But yeah, this is shaped with increases along the back, which I really like the look of. It just kind of like looks like sewn darts like at the back, and I just really love the look of that. It has a fold up hem at the bottom, so like a fold up hem like this. So you can see this is where I sewn it up. And then where it's cut open, you knit these kind of like front edges, and these kind of just like match like the stockinette stitch of the skirt, and then you fold them over to hide the steek stitches where you cut it open. And then you also work the waistband with the ties. That's worked like in one go. And yeah, it's just a really nice skirt, and I just love these kind of like small tight gauge kind of garments. I just think they're so easy to wear, and also like nice for summer, but also like year round. This is also like really nice to wear with this top, or like even like shell shirt. All of the like knitted tops and stuff that I have are really nice to wear with this one. So that is Dream Wrap skirts, and then the Dream Wrap cardigan. And you can get them like separately, or you can buy them as a set for a more like, for a slightly like discounted price. And for the last finished objects, oh my god, I had so many finished objects. I actually have the knot top, which is quite difficult to show when it's not like on a body. I think I had to like insert some clips of me wearing this one so you can see what it looks like on the body. But this is worked in Isar Trio 2 in the color navy. So this was the color we kind of like picked out together in a previous vlog. But yeah, I just really love how this turned out. It's such a fun pattern to knit. And the pattern for this one is coming out later in June. So this is like the next pattern that I will release. Before I finish off this video completely, I just wanted to share some thoughts and ideas for like upcoming projects with you. So yesterday I placed an order for a yarn, and that is drops. I think it's called bomullin in Swedish. So I mean that would be like cotton linen blend. So what I reckon from it, I haven't tried it yet, but what I like reckon from it is that it's like a thicker cotton linen yarn blend. I'd say it's like comparable to like an Aran weight, I think. So like maybe needle size 5 or something like that. But my idea for that yarn is that I want to make a twin set, like with a top and a skirt that is like super duper ultra beginner friendly to make. And also like record like the knitting process of it, so that I can share like how it's actually made, like so you can watch it and like read the pattern at the same time. So I want to make like a basic skirt. Not sure about like all the details of it yet, but like I said, I want to keep it quite minimal because it is supposed to be like a beginner friendly pattern. And then I want to make like some kind of like t-shirt, top, blouse combo to go with the skirt. And I ordered kind of like this bluish gray color, which I'm hoping that will look nice. I asked you guys on Instagram what your preferences like as a beginner knitter was, and a lot of you said that you wanted like quite a budget friendly yarn, but also that it's nice if it like the type of yarn is like available through a lot of like different brands. So that's one thing that I will like bring with me in the design process of this, that I will like list all of the different kind of yarns that this kind of yarn will be like switched out to. But yeah, I'm really excited to finish off this knitted t-shirt and get my hands on that new yarn and start making those like beginner friendly knitting patterns. And then I have so many plans for like knitting patterns for fall, autumn that I'm gonna crack into this summer. But yeah, I just wanna like enjoy summer knitting for a while longer. Like summer hasn't even started, but like as a knitwear designer you have to like think ahead like a few months always. But it's also like nice to like be in the moment and like actually knit like summery fun stuff. I hope you enjoyed this sit down chatty video with me today. I had like a lot to talk about and this video is probably way too long, but I mean you guys probably have like long knitting projects that you have like work on, so hopefully this video like kept you company during that time. Me, myself and I have a doctor's appointment in less than an hour, so I'm going to knit on my t-shirt and finish off this vlog. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and make sure to subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for upcoming tutorials and all of those fun beginner friendly videos in the future. Oh, also before I like really finish off, I'm planning a future video where I will be comparing different knitting needle sets, like interchangeable knitting needles. So you don't want to miss out on that, because I will compare a lot of different knitting needles brands and stuff. And I'm really excited for it because I need more knitting needles and I want to share all of the knowledge with you. Okay, so that's it. That's everything. I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day. Bye!